There we go. All right, hello everybody. Welcome to Q&A live stream number 5. Today is Friday, July 13th, 2018. So guys, today it is Friday again. So yes, guys, a lot has been happening in the news lately with the retail industry. So you guys have been seeing a lot of store closings and stuff, and all that great stuff. But I need to go over some details about the California trip as I went over a few days before. A lot of things just shifted around, and I just found out I will not be leaving the 21st. So I will not be leaving because the 21st I'm going to actually be in California, and it's not going to be the 21st or 28th. So I will be back on the 28th. So this changes a lot of things, especially my Kmart video at Elmwood Park. Me and my friend are going to try and shoot for the 26th. The day I get back, I'll be exhausted, but I will probably be making the trip to Elmwood Park that day, which is going to be a long day, but it's worth a shot. Again, I'm actually in the process of contacting my friend right now, and we're going to come up with some kind of thing to do. So we'll have to wait and see how that goes. But yes, I am leaving for California on Thursday, July 19th, and I will be back again in a week, Thursday, July 26th, as the Kmart store in Elmwood Park closes July 28th. So yeah, that will be cool. Hopefully, I'm really hoping we can do it that day, because I don't think it's not possible next week because my friend is busy and he's got stuff to do. So I'm hoping the 26th, before he unfortunately will be out of town, me and him can film Kmart one last time. So we'll have to wait and see about that one. But anyways, getting into details of the trip here. So yes, on Thursday, July 19th, 2018, going from Newark Airport to the San Francisco International Airport in San Francisco, California, on a 757. So yes, so this does change a lot. So 757-200, going from United's premier East Coast Fortress Hub to United's premier West Coast Fortress Hub, which is San Francisco. So basically, going from hub to hub, and that will be a very interesting experience. So we'll have to see how that one plays out. So anyways, guys, let's get into some store closings here. Let's see what's on the brink for this week. Oh yeah, some big news. Blockbuster is leaving Alaska. So this is also very interesting. There will only be one Blockbuster location left in the United States of America, and that is in Oregon. So, guys, only one Blockbuster in the entire country will be left to existence. And that is very, very sad. Yeah, so no more Blockbuster in Alaska. Only one store left in Oregon. So, yes, that will be very interesting to see how that goes. Rite Aid's closing some stores, some four in Central Jersey. None really around here. There's actually a Rite Aid a few blocks from me, but I'm not sure if they're closing that one or not. I do not know about that one. Other store closings, Annie C's, but I'm not really going to get into that. Some stores are going to turn into Mandy. I don't really care about that chain too much. It's not like a big box store loss like how Toys R Us was. And speaking of which, I was actually at an abandoned Babies R Us located at the Paramus Plaza Shopping Center, not the Westfield Garden State Plaza, but the Paramus Plaza Shopping Center in Paramus, New Jersey. Oh, okay. So yes, I was there and I saw the abandoned Babies R Us. There was nothing left. Toys R Us removed any evidence of there ever being a Babies R Us there. The inside was desolate, and now it's being leased out by Arcadia Realty Trust, which has control of the Paramus Plaza Shopping Center, which has Marshall's Ashley Home Store. It also has a Blue Pearl Animal Hospital, and as well as a Hackensack. I forgot to mention this too in my video. Hackensack Supply Company, which is pretty much just a party chain store. So it's a very little interesting mall, and I really like the choices of elevators. How Ashley Furniture Store went with the ThyssenKrupp Mad BS, and how the Animal Hospital went with Otis Series 7. Those are not Hydrofits, but yes, they are Otis Series 7s, and they are actually the first Otis Series 7s to be filmed in Bergen County. So yes, guys, I officially hold the record for filming the first Otis Series 7 hydraulic elevators in Bergen County. So that record goes to me. And actually today I saw a very interesting video of a Schindler low pitch at Chili's in Jersey City, New Jersey. So I just saw that video today. I was really interested because the only Schindler low pitch I know in the state is Corporate Drive in Mawa. But now that there's one in Jersey City, I actually told my friend about it, and hopefully he'll get back to me on that. And I think he's definitely going to have to visit that restaurant the next time he's in that area, since it is a Schindler low pitched. And we all know Schindler low pitched elevators are very rare types of elevators. So hopefully he'll visit that. Again, guys, I do apologize about the noise. I can't do anything about the noise. So I'm doing my very best here with the live stream. So, anyways, moving on. So Build-A-Bear a few days ago had this thing where basically, if you were that age, you would pay that amount of price for the bear. I think it was a very interesting strategy and concept. It was to really rake in and get customers to come to the stores. And typically, a retailer does not do something like that. But I'm sure Build-A-Bear wasn't having enough customers, and I think that was pretty good. Unfortunately, though, a lot of customers were turned away at malls such as Paramus Park, Willowbrook, Bridgewater, Woodbridge Center, I think Menlo Park, but I could be wrong. Freehold Raceway, I believe News 12 did an article on that. Probably Ocean County as well, and I think some other malls, but definitely all across the country too. A lot of people were turned away for the bears, and there was 2 hour lines just to get a stuffed bear. I mean, honestly, I think it is worth it for the kids, but if you're getting a Build-A-Bear yourself, you may as well just pay full price, honestly, unless it's for your kids, and I think that's what it was encouraged. It was only for the kids. They're my age. So if I wanted to build a bear right now, I'd have to pay $17 for a bear just because of my age. But someone like 4, 3, 6, or 7 would only have to pay, $2 for the bear, $3 for the bear, $4 for the bear, $5, and $6 for the bear. So yeah, that's what's going on with that. I just figured you guys might be interested in that. What else? What else is happening this week? No, not really that much news. Oh, wow. What do we got here? Oh, wow! Woman dies after being hit by the car in Bridgewater Commons. Wow, that's scary. Not gonna get into that. Let's see what else. What else can we talk about here? Store closing. Just Sears saying their stores are closing, and we all know what's happening with Sears. I'm not gonna get into it. But it's a very sad story with Sears. It really is, guys. Honestly, it's a very very sad story. What's happening to Sears and how the sitting CEO is making the company fall apart. It's a sad situation. Yeah, it is. It really is. Hold on one second. Oh wait, no. You know what? I'll text them later. But yeah, it's just a very sad situation of what's happening to Sears, and the whole company as a whole is just going under. And I really don't know what's going to happen. So, yeah, that's that, I guess. Anything? I don't think there's nothing big in Paramus this week about anything about any Paramus malls. Yeah, just about Uniqlo. Yeah, just about the Uniqlo store relocating to Paramus Park when they do the full major renovation there as well. Yeah, man, I'm just trying to find some stuff for you to talk about. Anything out on Long Island? Now, here's something interesting. A lot of people are saying that Sears at Westfield Sunrise is going to close. But here's the thing. A lot of people are saying, "Oh yeah," but they haven't announced the closing yet, and I'm really surprised it hasn't been added. I can expect that store though to be added to the next round of closures that Sears does, and I will not be making the trip out. I already was at that mall once, and I don't need to go there again. And that thing wasn't that. Trust me, that thing wasn't as special as J.C. Penney was. J.C. Penney at that mall was so worth the hour and 10 minutes from where I am. The gas and tolls and everything. It was so worth it just to see those elevators. I know. Westfield Sunrise, it's a very crappy mall, and I do believe that Unibail-Rodamco is going to sell it. Especially considering they're selling Westfield Horton Plaza out in California. They could very well be selling off the Westfield Sunrise Mall as well. I think Westfield South Shore will be safe just because I think Unibail-Rodamco is going to want some kind of New York property, but I do not think, unless they pour money into it and they give a damn about it, I do not see them holding on to Westfield Sunrise, and I could see that mall getting cut from Westfield's portfolio of malls. So we'll have to see what happens with that. But definitely, South Shore will be safe. I think there's enough people that go there. There's enough attractive-looking tenants, and I do not think Westfield will be selling it off. I think the new company should be making improvements to the shopping center, but we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. Haven't heard anything new about Roosevelt Field recently. I think just a couple of new stores. I don't think they're really renovating them. I think they're honestly done with any expansion projects at Roosevelt Field. So we'll have to wait and see. The iconic off-price. Oh, really? That's interesting that Century 21 would do that. Oh, hello. Hello, Ultra Eric. How are you? It's nice to see you. I've been watching some of your videos about me and them and the reaction videos. I think they're kind of cool. It's nice to see that people are reacting to my videos, and I never thought it would actually come to that, honestly. People reacting to my own videos in my own voice. It's great. I think it's really good. But yeah, so yeah, I mean, I was just talking about how Westfield Sunrise might be getting cut for the. Oh yes, good evening to you too. Westfield Sunrise might be getting cut from the portfolio of malls from Unibail-Rodamco / Westfield, and I was just talking about it because basically what's going to happen is Unibail-Rodamco is going to sell off some properties in Europe, and they're going to sell some Westfield division properties here in the United States of America. And there's already preparing to sell off Westfield Horton Plaza out in San Diego, California. So we'll have to wait and see about that. Oh, cool. That's cool. But yeah, we'll have to see what happens with those Westfield malls out on Long Island. I do believe that Westfield South Shore is safe, but as for Westfield Sunrise, unless Unibail-Rodamco is looking to pour money into the mall, I could see them just cutting that property come this fall. And I could see Sears closing out the mall, and probably Macy's too. And honestly, I see Dave & Buster's and Dick's remaining open, and they're going to turn it into a whole no, they're not going to sell it to them. Make Eric owns Green Acres. Trust me, I don't think they're interested in Westfield Sunrise. I do not think they're interested in that. Honestly, I think what's going to happen, my prediction, they're going to knock down the entire mall except for Dick's Sporting Goods and Dave & Buster's, add a few more shops alongside that, and make like a whole town center where there's office buildings and apartments, and make it like a little urban suburban sprawl. That's a very common type of use of the redevelopment of dying malls. And it's sad too that Westfield Sunrise is dying and no one is pouring money into it. And honestly, Westfield is just letting it suffer. I mean, and it's not Westfield's fault though. Westfield, about 10 years ago, as a lot of you don't know, they had a plan. And I mean, Westfield had a plan. They had a plan to add several different types of tenants, several different types of restaurants, and even a bowling alley. They had plans for that mall. And this one person, yes, I know about Neiman Marcus has its Crep at Roosevelt Field. This one guy on the Town of Oyster Bay board said, nope, we don't want it. We think it's going to cause too much traffic. We don't think it's suitable enough for the mall. I've seen that. Yes, it's just the call button modernization. It's honestly, it's cool. I've seen it, but it's really nothing special. Honestly, it's just the call button modernization. It's just from going from Epco Inchline to Monitor TR, which by the way, Monitor TR is absolutely disgusting. It's a disgusting type of fixture. I absolutely hate it, and it's very cheap looking. They changed the traction. Yeah, Macy's has a contract with Schindler, as a lot of you don't know. Yes, I'll basically go over the department stores that have each contract. So Macy's and Bloomingdale's, because they're one, it's Schindler. J.C. Penney and Saks Off Fifth and Lord and Taylor have Kone. Neiman Marcus, it's Otis, but it depends on who decides to modernize it or not. Yeah, Make Eric does have some great properties. They do. Definitely the Danbury Fair Mall, the Freehold Raceway Mall, the Queen Center, and yeah, Queens. I'm sorry. Don't get me wrong. Queen Center is far from me. It's expensive to get out there, and I do not feel like going there. Honestly, the elevators are not worth it. They're all Schindler. I'm sorry. Unless something's closing out there, it's far away from me. I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. It's not worth my time. I'd rather go to a store that's actually closing. That's what I'm saying. Like, people think I make these trips out to Long Island, just to go out and film elevators. No, I make them for certain reasons. The first time I did it was because Chewbacca was getting ripped out. The second time I did it was because I really wanted to see Walt Women's Shops. The third time I did it was because of Sears closing at Westfield South Shore. The fourth time I did it was because there's a certain store that was opening up out there, and I wanted to see the new Kone elevators at Roosevelt Field. I don't know what got into me about that, but whatever. And then the fifth reason why I went out to Long Island, which was last year, was because JCPenney was closing at Westfield Sunrise and Massapequa. So yeah, like I said, I love going out to Long Island. I love seeing the shopping malls out there, especially seeing a different Westfield mall from a different perspective. But again, I only go when stores are going out of business. I do not make it my dedication to go out there just to film elevators. Trust me, guys. I get very smart with my mall trips now. I typically do one maybe once every 6 months. I've been really scaling back on mall trips because it's just not worth it. And sometimes I'll film something at Westfield Garden State or the outlets at Bergen Town Center. Yeah, I think it was Schindler. Yeah, they are boring, but if a store is going out of business, you may want to visit it one last time, and that's what I've been doing. Especially, I mean, I come from an area where there's retail everywhere. It's not like there's hotels everywhere. I live in a very corridor. It's called the Paramus Corridor, and basically it's a corridor that stretches from Route 17 that goes to the beginning of Stop and Shop. It goes down to the Westfield Garden State Plaza and continues on 4 East all the way to the Shops Riverside. So basically, I live in a corridor where there's a lot of shopping malls, and honestly, not going to those shopping malls is kind of hard because it's like it's there and there's stuff to do in Paramus, so it's kind of hard for me to avoid it. So yeah, I mean, honestly, mall lifts are boring. I will agree with that, but some of them are unique. Some of the old ones, at least, are unique. Like the Westinghouse that used to be in the J.J. Newberry store at the Alex Bergen Town Center. That was kind of unique. Unfortunately, though, that has been ripped out, and now they're putting Burlington Coat Factory there. As seen in a video I got posted about a few weeks ago. So yeah, that's what's happening with that pretty much. I'm really sad though that that thing went. That thing was very nice. And actually, as they were doing the construction, I actually was able to get in there and film the actual elevator while they were doing construction in space. And I got very lucky because the second I posted that video, I think they locked the door. I bet you the construction workers saw my video and they probably didn't want me in there again. So ever since then I was not able to get back in there, unfortunately. And unfortunately, I do believe that Westinghouse is long gone. Unless they're keeping it for a staff elevator. That's the very least that Burlington Coat Factory can do. I'm well aware of that. I saw that video. Yeah, I saw that thing. That thing is nice, though. But actually, there's a similar one to that at Short Hills, and actually, that's hydraulic, and the one in Green Acres is actually traction. Oh, in the Melbourne. Oh, you're from Australia. Oh, that's cool. You're from Australia. Oh, that's kind of cool. I've never been to Australia before. I've heard some good things about it. Sadly, though, you can't get a direct flight from New York. You'd have to go. Basically, what you'd have to do is you'd have to connect through. Oh, you are. Okay. Yeah, the Cones. Arlington. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. You're near Washington D.C. Oh, that's good. Yeah, those Cones at Roosevelt Field Mall are very comparable to the parking deck B elevators at Westfield Garden State. If you put those Cones with the Cones in the mall, it's very comparable to the Westfield Garden State Plaza. Yeah, the Broadway Mall. I've heard about the Macy's at Broadway Mall. If it actually closes, then I would go out there because that's the tallest. The thing is that Macy's store is the tallest suburban store in the United States of America, which is special to me. Um, but closest Montgomery Vector, I'd have to say probably thinking about this one here. The closest Montgomery Vector would probably have to be somewhere in either upstate New York or somewhere in central Jersey. Oh, that's cool. Investigate what? What do I need to go and investigate? Broadway Mall? Listen, I'll go there if it's closing, but I'm not going to go now. I'd rather go when that store goes out of business. Trust me, that's what I like to do. That's what I like to do. A lot of people think that I just go out to these malls just to see them. Like, you guys gotta understand, I love delivering content to you guys. I want to. Trust me. There's so many places that I want to go, but typically I like to save them for when it's closing because then it makes the experience even better because you get to see the process of the liquidation sales. It honestly makes the whole experience a lot more better rather than just going to a boring, empty, quiet store. And that's what a lot of these stores, unfortunately, have turned into. Is very quiet. Not a lot of people in them. I mean, even Sears right now, man, they're struggling. They are struggling. Wow. So yeah, actually, I'm gonna go over my California trip. So yes, guys, as a lot of you don't know, I'm going to California next week. I actually changed a few of the dates. Something shifted around, and now I'm actually flying out the 19th and coming back the 26th. So yes, guys, I'll be doing a trip report on that. On the way out to San Francisco, I'll be flying on a United Airlines Boeing 757-200 from Newark Airport to the San Francisco International Airport, basically going from hub to hub. What that basically means is I'll be going from United's East Coast Fortress Hub, which is Newark Liberty International Airport, to United's West Coast Fortress Hub, which is San Francisco Airport in San Francisco, California. But yes, a lot of people do think that New York is like New York City, and of course New York City gets credit for the airport, which is dumb, but really it's in New Jersey, not New York. Everything around here is like New York City gets the credit. We don't get the credit, and it's a shame too. New Jersey's not recognized, but that's the kind of area I live in. Unfortunately, you don't get much recognition, especially when you're near the Big Apple. The Big Apple gets all the recognition. We get nothing. We get absolutely no recognition. So yeah. Stanford Marriott. Yeah. Broadway Commons, maybe, but I think that's more of a mall. Honestly, I would compare the outlets at Bergentown Center to the gallery at Westbury Plaza. Two very somewhat like properties, just because of the number of outlet stores they have. It's a very similar type of concept. The outlets at Bergentown Center basically is a bunch of outlet collections. And the gallery at Westbury Plaza is the same thing, pretty much, except it's outside instead of it being inside. So I would compare it more to the outlets at Bergentown Center versus the gallery at Westbury Plaza. I would not compare it whatsoever to the Broadway Mall. The Broadway Mall has regular price stores. It does not have outlet stores. It would not be like the outlets at Bergentown Center. Trust me. I would compare it more to the the Westbury, the Gallery Westbury Plaza, which actually put the Multisource out of business. But now the Multisource is turning into a new furniture show. I don't even know. I don't even know some of this stuff sometimes, guys. But yeah, if I need to go investigate Macy's at Broadway Mall, I will. If it is closing, I will go investigate it. I can promise you that, Ultra Eric. I can definitely promise you that. No, it's not messed up. This is my laptop. See, this is my laptop. So yeah, so that's that, I guess. Let's see. See what else we got here. Um, yeah, the saddest mall in New Jersey is beginning their liquidation sales. The final store there, Sears, is actually closing, and I'll show you guys what I mean by that. So this is actually a picture of the inside of the Sears store at the Burlington Center Mall. This mall is very far away from me, but I figured, you know what, let me show you guys what's been going on with Sears lately, and I think a lot of people are just waiting. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the retailer files for bankruptcy this September. I'm aware of that. I remember that. And then they modernized it to Kone and Schindler back in, I think, 2010. I remember that. But I don't ever remember being on those elevators. I remember the newer ones, the ones that are currently there. I don't know why this is like this. I want to show you guys the one thing in a second. Okay, let's see. Maybe it won't be like this. Come on. All right, there we go. So yeah, this is actually the interior of the Sears store. If this stupid thing will load. Hold on one second, guys. Just don't want. I just want to make sure that you guys can see it nice and crisp and clear. So just give me 1 second here. This page is taking forever to load. Come on. I don't know about that Thailand thing. I've been somewhat following it, but I haven't like been following it. I don't know why this is not working, guys. Sorry, give me a minute here. Trying to get you guys this picture of Sears. Believe it or not, stupid thing gonna pop up again. Come on. No. Thank you. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. All right. So let me show you guys something. Hold on 1 second. I gotta flip this camera. There we go. So that right there, guys, is the Sears and Roebuck store at the Burlington Center Mall in Burlington, New Jersey, in the very, very early stages of the liquidation sales. Anything from 10% off to 50% off. So yes, guys, this store is going out of business, along with the Seaview Square location and the Quaker Bridge Mall location, which actually that Sears is a child or not. So I'm gonna try and visit that one, and I'm hoping I can visit CB Square tomorrow, just because I'm actually going down to the shore tomorrow, and hopefully I can stop there on the way back. Definitely not on the way down, but I'll try and see on the way back. Yeah, I honestly haven't been following that Thailand thing. They've been trying to get people out. I don't. I think they swam or something. I think they got all of them out though. I'm not 100% sure. Let's see what else we got here, retail wise. Yeah, but a lot of off-price retailers, and I was actually telling this to someone earlier today. Um, you know, a lot of off-price retailers are becoming very interested, and I think that's a very high trend right now. Even Macy's at Maurice Town Mall. Oh, is that Schindler? Did they break that Schindler? I think that thing was done years ago. I don't think it's still broken. I think that thing is working. Yeah, I know. I know what happened. Simon refused to fix it because Simon doesn't give a shit about elevators. Trust me, they don't care about what elevators go into their malls. Trust me, they don't care. And what's even sadder is that they stop people from filming. Honestly, I mean, I got harassed at the shops in Riverside. Fuck, they almost called the Hackensack police on me for taking pictures of a fucking elevator, which is ridiculous. Stupid people at Allied Universal who don't give a damn and care more about the safety of the malls rather than, and I respect that. They do care about the safety of the malls, but god damn it, they don't need to be going after a guy who's videotaping an elevator. Oh yeah, I think it's hilarious that Kmart is still advertising. Their stores are from the '90s, and I'm sorry to say it, but it's true. They don't update their stores. And listen, when Sears and Kmart did that merger, they should have put Kmart stores inside of Sears stores and Sears stores inside of Kmart's. But no, they decided to operate the two as two different divisions. And what happened? The stores died because of other retailers like Target, Walmart, Macy's, Nordstrom's, Bloomingdale's. Nobody cares about Sears and Kmart anymore, and I hate to say that because these are some great, middle price stores. Now it's all the upscale and expensive stuff, and it's just, I think it's ridiculous. Well, let me tell you something. That is Simon Maintenance for you, and then this happened many years ago. That is Simon Maintenance at its finest, believe it or not. Simon, many years ago, did not give a shit about the elevators. They're just like, yep, just install this. Yes, I'm aware of that. It's a Schindler HT. I was on that thing before. It's near Grand Lux Cafe. I trust me. I know exactly what elevator you're talking about. I know exactly where it is, and I've filmed that thing before. So I know exactly what you're talking about with that Schindler. Um, oh, I know. I've seen the video. I've seen the video. I've seen them get busted. And it was similar to my experience, except I didn't get security on camera. When I stopped my camera, there was the security guard and the supervisor right there waiting for me. Oh, I know. But the better fact is basically let me go over the story what happened. So basically when I got out of the elevator, I went to the left, to grab a mall directory, to see how the place is looking, because obviously the mall was going under renovations, and yeah, I wanted to see it. Then I have this tall white gentleman with very black, I think it was black pants and a blue shirt. He came up to me and said, what were you doing back there? I was like, I was taking a video of an elevator for my friends. I was like, well, we're gonna have to ask you to delete the footage. I'm like, no, you're not gonna make me delete footage. Okay, it's footage I created off of my camera, and it's like the only thing that you can ask me to do, sir, is to leave. I was like, no. I told him no. I was like, I'm not gonna delete the footage. And so what? You're gonna call the police because I'm refusing to delete footage that I took in the mall? That's absolutely ridiculous. Yeah. Yeah, Make Eric is another. They're another company that's very against photography in shopping malls. But I've never. I haven't been to. There's no Make Eric properties around here really that are close by. So I don't know that experience. But yeah, I know them and Simon are really hard on photography, and you got to be extremely careful in their properties, especially when you got a camera on, because the second they catch you, that's it. Yeah, I know those things suck. But you know what? Listen, if I had to choose between a Schindler MT and a Kone, I would choose the crappy Schindler MT over the Kone. Schindler is slightly built better than a piece of shit Kone. And I'm sorry, but Kone in the US sucks. It really sucks. So, yeah. Overseas, different story. But here, no. No. It just sucks. They give us crap. I'm sorry. Oh, I know. Simon maintenance sucks. It does. Even the Riverside elevator is not working properly because Simon doesn't care about it. They don't care. So yeah, unfortunately, that is the case with some of these malls, and they don't care about the elevators, or they don't care how they work as long as they go up and down, right? It's unfortunate. Yeah, I know. The only Kone Hydros I think they make left are the Kone Hydros that are modernized. I do not think Kone actually sells a Hydro. It's all MRL. The only kind of Kone Hydros they do is like if they're modernizing old elevators. But other than that, everything is just freaking MRLs, and they just suck. And they break down, and they're not reliable. And definitely a bad choice was for those Kones to come to Westfield Garden State Plaza because they're putting them in a high traffic setting. Believe it or not, Roosevelt Field uses a different contractor. They don't use Kone anymore. They now use a third party contractor who doesn't give a shit about the type of elevator. And once they fix it, it breaks down again. So trust me, you can blame Roosevelt Field and the management there because, they got to get the cheapest bidder. That's what all these malls do, except for Westfield and the ones that have, quote, exclusive contracts. Like, we all know that Westfield has a, quote, exclusive contract with Kone. But, all the other malls, well, Tallman does well. They have an exclusive contract with Schindler, but I think Westfield's contract is worse. It's an exclusive contract with Kone at every single one of our shopping centers across America. It still gets me pissed off even today. It really does. It's really sad, honestly. But yeah, I think the biggest loss is Toys R Us. And then Toys R Us that's another story. So basically, I was actually gonna go the last day and get some pictures, and then my friend that used to work there, almost lost his job just because I showed some things on the internet. Stupid, very very stupid. I mean, even then, Toys R Us liquidators. We don't want any photography in our stores. The store's going out of business. That's like the liquidation company telling A&P, Pathmark, Waldman's, Superfresh, and all those other supermarkets, make sure no one takes photographs of our stores. Stupid. Honestly, stupid people who run those goddamn liquidation companies and do not want us getting in and photographing. Yeah, I know. We get questioned by a lot of people, even in AMC. I got questioned because I had a freaking what? Because I have a video camera, and I have this AMC employee come up to me, and then he's like, what we doing with the video cameras? Like, I just have an interest. I like, you guys have something against photography here for your elevators? Like, no, you don't. And then, he has to ask me what theater I came out of, and then I tell him, I came out of this theater and I saw this movie, and then I just said, have a nice day, sir. So, I mean, again, they're really cracking down on people. And I guess it makes sense. They're trying to keep moviegoers safe. But it was a small crowd. There was no one there. There wasn't security in the movie theater. I mean, yeah, there was security in the mall, but no security in the movie theater. I don't know. I just think I think a lot of these employees are starting to see these videos, and yeah, yeah. No, I know. Yeah, anti-privacy crap. I will agree with you there. And it's the same thing with Sears and Kmart. Like, you have to write a letter. You have to write a freaking letter to Sears Holdings to get permission to take pictures inside a store. And you can't even pass yourself off as a YouTuber. You have to say that you're some kind of, person from a news broadcasting corporation, which is stupid. We should be allowed to go in there and to take pictures. Sears and Kmart are dying, so we may as well document what's left of the company before, this September, it's announced that Sears Holdings has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. And you know that announcement is coming. I'm predicting this right now. Sears Holdings will file for bankruptcy either in September of 2018 or in January of 2019 after the holidays. I'm predicting that right now. And if I am right about that, oh my God. I will look back at this live stream and I will say, wow, wasn't I right about Sears Holdings filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy? And then they'll continue through the holidays. They'll have a crappy holiday season like Toys R Us did, and then sometime in January or March they'll be like, "Excuse me, nope, sorry, we got to close all of our stores." That's right, we're getting rid of all of our stores. So, yeah, thanks everybody. And then there'll be protests, and we're not getting our wages, and all that crap's gonna happen. You think it's bad enough that the Toys R Us workers, like a like a letter. It's stupid. It really is. You should be able to allowed to go in there to take pictures of a lift or an elevator. It's not like, but I do understand with some places that again they are just trying to keep the people safe, and I do understand that. I do understand that, but you know it's they go a little bit too overdrive. And what that means basically is they get a little bit overdrive, forcing. And yes, I do understand private property, okay. But this is important. If you are asked by a security guard to not to turn off the cameras, and I know people are going to get mad, they're like, oh yeah, you shouldn't have said that. I'm like, but just listen. If the security guard asks you to leave, then yes, you probably you do need to comply with the security guards because technically you are on private property. Now, yes, the mall is open to the public, but if a security guard does ask you to leave that property or tells you to stop filming, unfortunately, the rule is you do have to comply with what he says. But that security guard should not say that to delete footage. No, that the guard is not allowed to do that. The only remedy that the guard is allowed to do is they're allowed to say, stop taking pictures and leave the property. That's the only thing they're allowed to say. And if you don't comply, they'll charge you with trespassing. It's all this stupid crap. It is. It honestly is. And I hate to say it, but it's true. It's what every single mall owner does. Even Westfield has a no photography policy, but however, it's only for people, for people that don't want their face on picture or the security guards. They don't care if you're filming the elevators, as long as you're not taking pictures or interfering with any Westfield mall operations. That's what it should be. Listen, if you're gonna have a photography policy, great, but don't have it for the whole mall. Have it for only people and security guards, not for someone taking pictures of an elevator. That's what the photography policy should be. It shouldn't be no taking pictures of anything on the mall. It should be no taking pictures of any people or persons or security guards. It should not be against the rules to take pictures in the mall. Like, that's stupid. So this is what you're basically telling me. You're basically telling me if someone were to take a phone, like I have right here doing the live stream, taking a Snapchat, and then getting yelled at by security for taking a Snapchat, a Facebook, or an Instagram story, you're gonna kick someone out like that? It's called Allied Universal. It's not called Allied Barton. I think I've said this once. It's not called Allied Barton. It's called Allied Universal. Allied Barton and Universal Security Group merged to come together to become Allied Universal. I think that's what everybody needs to understand right now. It's no longer called Allied Barton. It's called Allied Universal Security Group. Yes. Yes. Two security groups came together, merged, and now it's called Allied Universal. It sucks. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. No doubt about that. Allied Universal sucks. And I got harassed by them. I almost got the fucking police call on me for taking pictures and videos and photos of a ThyssenKrupp elevator. You know, but I was very upset of how they almost forced me to delete footage. I was like, that's stupid. To delete footage, you don't comply with rules like that. That's actually against the law in this country, believe it or not. The only rules from security guards you have to comply with is either to stop taking pictures or to leave the premises. That's it. It's not, delete footage. It's stop filming and leave. That's it. Boom. Or film as you're leaving. Right. Then they don't care. I think that's how the appropriate way it's supposed to be handled. But then, honestly, they were bringing up something else when they saw. I was like, yeah, we saw someone taking pictures of the mall and showing off something. I'm like, I'm not sure who this person was. So I think it was when I did that ThyssenKrupp update video. I bet you they saw that video and then they probably knew that it was me. So it's just stupid. It really is. Whatever. Stupid security guards with nothing better to do. I'm sure they only get paid like $10 an hour to walk around the mall, especially a mall with 70 stores. It's not like some terrorist is gonna go there, right? It's only a mall with 70 stores. It's not like a million people go to that mall each day. It's not like Westfield Garden State Plaza is like 2 miles away, right? Right? Yeah, it's the only mall in the area. No, they're wrong. They are so wrong. But whatever. It's you know what they like to guard the mall and they're trying to keep people safe. And at the end of the day, I do understand that they are just trying to keep people, the shoppers safe. I wouldn't say the elevator community has gone downhill because of security guards. I would say that the elevator community is growing a lot, and I've seen it too. I've seen a lot of new members join, but I think people are trying to be a lot more careful so that security doesn't catch them. But I also do think security is really watching some of these elevator videos being filmed in their shopping malls. So I think they're cracking down on more of it in their shopping malls, which I guess is good and bad at the same time. Yeah, office buildings are hard too, especially the ones in the cities, because they have security guards right at the front desk. So honestly, it's not worth it filming those buildings. And there's a lot of them in New York City, but you definitely cannot see every building in New York City unless you have a special permit to take videos of the elevators, which would never happen. That'll never happen, especially with the whole thing with 9/11. That'll never happen in the city. The only types of elevators you can film in the city is the hotel you're staying in, if you're staying in New York City, or if you're filming elevators like at stores or something. But even then, you have to be careful because I know there's certain upscale stores in New York City that actually prohibit photography, such as Zara. They're very big on no taking pictures in the store. Another one that's really big on a no photography policy. A lot of the upscale stores, like even like Saks, you got to be careful in any of the expensive department stores. But even the low scale department stores you have to be careful in because then they harass you there too. So it's not a good situation. It really isn't, unfortunately. So that's that, I guess. And I hate to go on about these people. I really do. And I think they're just trying to do their job, and I appreciate that. But I think sometimes we can see that some people do get carried away with the situations there. So yeah. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see what else we could talk about here. Where do you hate getting harassed? I was trying to see. Oh, Simon property? Yeah. But honestly, there's some assignment properties that don't really care if you're taking pictures. But I know Roosevelt Field is a big one. Westfield, they typically don't harass you as long as you're not interfering with any Westfield operations or taking pictures of people that don't want their faces on the internet. So yeah, but Simon, yeah, some properties, not all, but some properties are okay with photography, and I'm saying that from a perspective. I've been to Woodbury hundreds and hundreds of times, and I've never gotten stopped for taking pictures there. Riverside, it's a whole different story. It's a very snobby mall, and yeah, selected malls like Woodbury Commons, they typically don't yell at you for taking pictures there. I've never had a problem at Menlo Park. I've never had a problem at Quaker Bridge. People are much nicer down there. They're much nicer even away from the city. But like freaking Riverside, because of how close it is to New York City, you get all the mean guys trying to track you down. And yeah, and even it's the same thing with Roosevelt Field too. They really get you for security there. But even Ultra Eric, if you want to hear this one, I actually got harassed at Brooks Brothers at Walt Whitman. It was an older lady, and she basically told me, you can't take pictures of the elevator, sir, but you can take pictures of the clothing. It's due to security reasons and 9/11. I was like, really? But honestly, it was just Brooks Brothers at Walt Whitman shops. It's Fletchia's hometown mall. Yeah, Brooks Brothers, you got to be careful taking pictures in there because the second they see you with the camera, you're done. You're done. You are done. And honestly, they do watch who steps in the elevator too. It's kind of sad that some people have to like watch on their monitors to see who gets in their elevator, and then they have to come out, and then it's really stupid of how some of this stuff is run. Oh man, yeah, they did, and they had to be extremely careful in that store. I mean, extremely, extremely. And I didn't even know this too, because you got to remember, yeah, gold plated interior. It was the one of the nicest elevators in the mall, and I really, really liked it. It was a really nice gold Schindler too, but sadly I was harassed. But I also filmed another gold Schindler at yeah, Gold Mine Schindler HT. Yeah, I actually filmed another Gold Schindler HT. It was at the Venetian Banquet Hall in Garfield, New Jersey, and that was kind of nice. It was kind of nice for that to make up for my whole Brooks Brothers episode. So yeah, that was a really nice Gold Schindler. And then also there's a Gold Schindler MT Barnes and Noble in Paramus. Excuse me. Oh wow. Fleccia's bathroom has been since modernized, and I think the thing has been since fixed. But Fleccia's bathroom is basically a Schindler MT. It's located right near Lord and Taylor and Macy's. It's a crappy Schindler MT. It's better than Kone, but it still runs like crap. And it basically used to make a farting noise as the elevator was going down. I think it's been since fixed, but that's why a lot of people in the elevator community knows it as Fletchia's bathroom. It's a very famous type of elevator. A lot of elevators on the East Coast were very famous. Yeah, the call button was modernized. The Schindler MT button probably finally bit the dust. But honestly, I wasn't surprised. I don't remember. I think it's like some kind of innovation bruiser type of fixture. I think. I'm not sure though. I'm trying to see what else the news here was. Oh yeah, the Mount Airy. Yeah, MT fixtures are very flimsy. Wow. Where in Morristown? Because that I consider that to be Fletcher's bathroom. Yeah, I'm just really looking to see J.C. Penney, man. They're another company that's going down. The CEO actually just left for Lowe's, so I'm honestly not surprised. But that is unfortunate, I guess. Yeah, that's another Fletcher's bathroom. That is going down. It did a little bit as you were going down, but the only difference is that had MT vandal resistant, so it wasn't like the traditional Schindler MT. Yeah, they actually had vandal resistant Schindler MT, believe it or not, back in the day. And then there was two different types of Schindler 330s. They still make the HT standard and then the HT vandal resistant. But the vandal resistant, I think, is a lot more common at malls due to just how the elevator looks, and it's more, tend to like scratches and stuff, and it's more like industrial like or shopping mall like. It's what a lot of malls do it. Yeah, I think so. I think that's why I titled it. It sounded a lot like Fletcher's bathroom. Yeah, that is a problem. But you know what? They honestly just get the cheapest bidder for any kind of fixture. They get the cheapest bidder for each kind of fixture. All right, so we're pretty much almost getting to the end of this live stream, unfortunately. So if you guys have any questions, I would love to. Oh, the New York Life Building in Flushing. Okay, so what happened? Okay, what? Okay. All right, man. See you later. Oh, wow. 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 Well, okay. Hey, listen. Nothing against ThyssenKrupp. I think ThyssenKrupp makes some beautiful products, and I think that they're made well. They're made really well. I really do like ThyssenKrupp. I would say Otis is one, ThyssenKrupp is two, Schindler is three, and Kone is four. And I think we all know why about that. But yeah, ThyssenKrupp does make some excellent products. I will agree with you on that. But honestly, a TK mod, if it's done right, then it's a beautiful mod. But if it's done wrong and cheap, then no, it's not a good mod. But honestly, anything ThyssenKrupp does now is a lot better. I think a lot of people hated Impulse for a very long time. Westinghouse doesn't exist anymore. I'm talking about present day elevator companies. Otis 1, Schindler 2, Otis 1, ThyssenKrupp 2, Schindler 3, and Kone 4. I'm talking not Westinghouse, Montgomery, or Dover. They don't exist anymore. But I'll basically tell you what happened. So Westinghouse merged their elevator division with Schindler. Dover sold off their elevator division to ThyssenKrupp, and Montgomery merged into Kone. There were no Epco fixtures back in. Well, yeah, there were. Okay, yeah, there was Epco fixtures back in the day. Um, yeah. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, be free to type. I'm pretty much going to be wrapping up this live stream pretty soon. So if you guys have any questions, definitely make sure to type them, so I can answer any questions you guys got. If you guys have any questions, just type them now. So yeah, the Mount Airy J.C. Penney has closed, and they just recently took down the sign. It's just very sad to see. Wow, yeah, wow, 90 years and poor maintenance and stuff and safety concerns. I'm not surprised J.C. Penney would get something like that, but I think it's still sad to see the institute going away. Unfortunately. Let's see what else we got here. I don't really think there's anything else to really go over. Um, let's see. Yeah, just Macy's opening up backstages. I don't really care about that. But yeah, guys. So we'll go for a little bit more. If you guys have any more questions, make sure to type them now. The New World Mall, the 3 separate controllers, freight and fixtures. I'm aware of the New World Mall. It's one of those. It's an okay type of mall. It is. I've never heard good things about it. I think it's a lot. There's a certain type of culture that's in that mall, and I think that's why it's not like a regular type mall. Yeah, I know it's in Flushing. It's in Flushing. I know exactly where Flushing is. But yeah. So that's that. That's that. I guess. Yeah, there's really nothing else to talk about. I'm gonna just run the stream here for the next 6 minutes, and if you guys have any questions, I do recommend saying it. If you guys want to tell me anything about any new store openings, store closures, or what you filmed previously, go ahead and type that in the description. Oh, that makes sense. They probably don't want people coming in that way. They probably want them coming in through the main entrance. That makes sense. That actually makes sense. You're right. Yeah, there's really nothing else for me to unfortunately talk about. But Sears, yeah, Sears is closing another store. Sometimes hearing Sears closing stores actually just it really does hurt me because all these employees will be out of a job soon. But I don't want to keep talking about it anymore. It gets old unless they release a whole nother list, and I bet you that's gonna happen next month in August. They're gonna make a giant list, and this location, that location, this location, that location will all be closing October, November. But I guess for now, at least, it's whatever. You know, it's whatever. Door disease. Oh yeah, that's always fun. It happened to me at the Hilton Garden Inn in Springfield. When I was ending my video, the Schindler doors got stuck, and I had to basically push them to the regular portion, and then I had to let them close. So yeah, that was fun. But I fixed it at least. I just pushed them to they were center opening doors too, so I just pushed it to where the doors were, and the elevator actually closed. So glad I didn't break it. That would have been bad if I broke the elevator on the hotel, especially considering it was a really nice hotel, but a very crappy elevator choice decision. I will say that. Schindlers are not bad. I'd still take Schindlers over Koenig, but they're not the best choice for that. I honestly thought in there was going to be like ThyssenKrupp or something, or Dover, Otis. But, Schindler's okay too. But they should have went with the 3300 or that. Oh, cool. Very cool. So yeah, guys. All right. We're actually gonna end the stream at 8:30, so we got 10 more minutes here. We're gonna just answer a few more questions and stuff. If you guys have any questions, make sure to type them in the description below. CV9120. He doesn't make videos anymore. From what I've heard, he's actually taken on a job, I think, as a conductor. I do not think he's making elevator videos anymore. I think he did for a very short period of time, but I think he's doing other stuff now from what I've heard at least. But he made some very good quality videos. Like he knew how to hold a camera and hear the motors and stuff, and it inspired me to make my videos a lot better. Schindler Horton doesn't make videos anymore either. Yeah, a lot of these great guys, especially on the East Coast, man. Now it's me and some other people. All these great, I mean, these great people who made these fantastic videos, and now it's all on me pretty much. Yeah, one of them, either Schindler Horton or CB9120. One of them's in college to become a civil engineer. I believe that's from what I've heard. Yes, but yeah, we don't like to talk about him. We do not like to talk about him, and I hate to say it. Rebio8778. He is not a welcomed member in the community anymore, and I've heard some things that have happened to him, and I don't want to get into details. I'd rather not get into details about what happened to him. I think I'd rather not talk about him in this stream. I think it would be respectful to just move on to the next topic. If you guys got any more questions, just let me know. We'll be wrapping up the live stream here pretty soon. I'm actually going to let it go for maybe a minute or two, and then we'll end the stream for the night. Unfortunately, guys, I really don't have anything else to talk to you about, but whatever happened to DF41396 returns, he's still making videos here and there. I keep in contact with him. But yeah, if you guys are new here, I want to basically go over my California trip just very quickly. So I'll be flying from Newark's Liberty Airport to the San Francisco International Airport in San Francisco, California. I'm going from United's premier East Coast hub to United's premier West Coast hub, which is San Francisco, and United's premier East Coast hub, United's premier East Coast hub, which is Newark Liberty International Airport. So going from hub to hub will be pretty cool. And also, going back, I will be going, because I'm driving from San Francisco to LA, I'll be going from LAX to San Diego, I believe on a 737-900, and then on another 737-900 from San Diego to Newark Liberty. And I will also be flying from Newark to San Francisco, excuse me, on a United Boeing 757-200. I'm really hoping I get the livery with the Star Alliance livery. I think that would be really cool to fly out on that. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. It's probably just going to be a regular United 757, but it would really be nice to fly on the United Star Alliance. I would love to fly on a Star Alliance plane, and I haven't yet. The only kind of special livery plane I've flown on is a Carolina Panthers plane, and that was coming back from Orlando. I was a U.S. Airways A320 and a Carolina Panthers plane. Oh, hello, NJ Elevators. How are you doing? At the Grammy Museum? I think that's in New York City. We'll actually let this go for... Oh, LA. Los Angeles. Yeah. NJ Elevators, I think you need to visit a few Sears stores. The Sears at CB Square is closing, and the Sears at Quaker Bridge is closing. You might want to go visit those stores, because I know you're in that Freehold area, and I know that CB Square and Quaker Bridge aren't too far away from you, so I would highly recommend you probably go visit those stores. Oh, you stopped filming. Ah, okay. Okay, alright. That's cool, I guess. You still like elevators as a hobby, or you just gave up on the thing as a whole? Yeah, you should. You should. Why aren't you making any more videos? That's interesting. Or maybe you just don't have good enough equipment yet. That always happens. Sometimes people don't have good enough equipment, and sometimes they need to wait a few years to start making videos again. But it really sucks when people stop making videos, because it's like, where's the joy? It's like, where's the entertainment? But I guess it is what it is. Some people just have other commitments, and they just need to commit to them more than being on YouTube and filming elevators. But yeah. Well, luckily I've been doing that. I've been doing the same thing for about almost 7 years now. I've been doing the same thing with you guys, and I think it's been a great ride. Sears and Willowbrook got cut in half pretty much. Basically, what happened was Sears, they kept the elevator at Sears, and the other half of Sears became the other half of the upper level at least became a big Dave and Buster's, and that unfortunately was a Schindler 330A. Yes, I'm aware. I've been on that elevator before. I have not yet been to the Dave and Buster's though. I have yet to film that thing, but honestly, I'm not rushing. I've seen it. It's a Schindler 330A hydraulic. Not rushing to film that. Yes, I'm aware of that. That happened many years ago. Sadly, the Vector was removed. So yeah, it's quite a common fixture here on the East Coast. But yeah, it's quite a common fixture. Quite a common elevator fixture. Yes, J.C. Penney is still there with the Vector. It is. It's a catchy type of name. Epco SSL. Like, it's a very catchy name for a type of fixture. I just realized that now. Wow. You learn something new every day, I guess. All right. If you guys have any more questions, feel free to type. Because I'm actually going to be ending the stream very soon. I know I just said that a few minutes ago, but I figured I'd just let it go just a little bit more due to more people joining due to me having extra time with you guys, and so yeah, that's why. So we'll let this go for a few more minutes, and we'll end it. Oh, Freehold Mall tomorrow. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm actually going down to the beach tomorrow. Believe it or not, I'm gonna see if I can hit up Sears at CB Square on the way back. But again, I don't know. It depends, because I'm going all the way down to LBI, so I may or may not be able to hit it on the way back. And also, that Sears store closes at 8 o'clock at night as well, so that's kind of a sad thing. Yes, that's still original. Yeah, I'm gonna see what I can. I'm gonna see what I can do about that. It's I don't know, because it closes at 8, and it depends on what time I get done at the beach tomorrow. So it's possible. I mean, it's not impossible, but it's possible. It depends. It all depends on what time I get done at the beach. But as I know that Sears that they're finished at 8, so I would have to leave the beach at around 6 to then get there and then within the hour to have enough time to film the elevator itself. Yeah, the mall in Short Hills is a fun mall to go to. It is, and I really wish it was much closer to my house, but I still love going there. I love the array of shops, the choice of elevators, and it's just a very nice mall. It's a lot nicer than Westfield Garden State, and you don't have the teenagers there. It's a much better and quieter setting, and it's nice to walk through. There's great stores there, very upscale too, very expensive. But there's just a good choice of elevators. Um, Half a flight up. Yeah, they have some weird elevators there, but it's fun. I think that mall's fun to go to. Westfield Garden State is only okay. It's not great, but it's okay. If you just need something quick and you don't feel like going far, then yeah. Yeah, Short Hills is far. It's like me going to Smith Haven Mall, pretty much, which is far away from me too. And I have not been to Smith Haven Mall. I've never been there. Yes, Smith Haven is owned by Simon. That is correct. And so is Walt Whitman too. The three big malls on Long Island, surprisingly, are owned by Simon. Roosevelt Field, Walt Whitman Shops, and the Smith Haven Mall, all owned by Simon Property Group. So it's a whatever, I guess. Yeah, the Old Navy at Westfield Garden State closed and moved to Paramus Park, and now Uniqlo is actually preparing to leave that there. Yes, there is, but the only store is in brick, and it does not have an elevator. Uniqlo basically downsized the store, and now they're just on one level. And now they're actually going to close that store, move up to a much smaller 13,000 square foot space at the Paramus Park Mall, and they're going to reconvert that space and recapture it as part of the mall project redevelopment. So basically, that mall is going through a four-phase redevelopment, which is going to include a recapturing the Old Navy space, recapturing the J.C. Penney space, recapturing the Best Buy space, and redeveloping the west part of the mall. That's between Neiman Marcus all the way to Lord and Taylor. No, it was put in by Kone. Westfield's exclusive contractor, like I've said. So yeah, that is that. Anyways, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the live stream here. Unfortunately, I do have to go do some other things before tomorrow. Yes, I know it's very sad to see Bonton closing. Unfortunately, guys, I do have to wrap up my live stream here. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed this live stream, and that will be it.